So,
Okay,
hello
sir.
everyone. Um, it's visible.
Yes, Riddhi, yeah, your screen is visible. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Today, my topic is the Rape of the Lock, a mock epic poem. So, first of all, things, what is an epic? So, definition of epic is that a long narrative poem about the actions of a great person, or a long narrative poem which deals in a grand diction with sublime themes and tells heroic needs sorry deeds. After this question, characteristics of an epic. So here I mentioned that some points, that first one is like that features long and formal speeches. Second one is that shows divine intervention on human affairs. Third one is that like presence of supernatural forces, and then features heroes that embody the values of the civilization, and often features the tragic hero's descent into the underworld. Our next question is that what is an mock epic? So mock epic is like it is a typically satire or parody of an epic, a long narrative poem which deals in a grand diction with trivial, ordinary themes and produce laughter. So mock common classical stereotypes of heroes and heroic literature. Here, characteristic of mock poetry is that much shorter than true epics, mock and parody. Its theme is tribal. They are common people, and it has mock epic similes. So, uh, in the 18th century, importance of mock epic poetry. In 18th century, exploitation of wit and reason came to forefront of literature, exposed superficial follies and moral corruption of society during neoclassical period. Society embraced an obsession with decorum, a facet of established traditions and vanities. Satire during this period aimed to point out shortcomings of society through ridiculing acceptable standard of thorough. Poets like Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift inspired to nudge British society into a new era of engagement with regard to social and political morality. Our main point is that is the rap of the log is epic and mock epic. So here I mentioned some features. Is like first one is begun with theme. So as John Milton start Paradise Lost by starting his sublime theme very firstly, he said that of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree, till one greater man restore us and the blissful seat. So here Alexander Pope too comments with the subject matter of his poem in the very first line. What dire offense from amor's causes springs, what mighty contents rise from trivial things. Our second point feature is that innovation to muse. As Edmund Spenser craves the aid of holy muse into the fairy queen, is that help then, O holy virgin, chief of nine, thy vicar novice, O help thou my weak wit and sharpen my dull tongue. So here Pope also invokes the Holy Spirit, and this I sing this verse to carry. Muse is due, this even Belinda may vouchsafe to view. Third feature is that heroes physics and weapons. So in Paradise Lost, Shaitan and in the Fairy Queen in the Red Cross Knight clad armors and put weapons like heavy shields, swords and spears upon their strong and mighty steward. While in the rape of the log, Alexander Pope also linked the Belinda's decks herself with combs, hairpins, powders, and different sorts of ornaments. Our fourth feature is that similes, like Homer, Spencer, and Milton Pope uses Simile's ridiculously example in that in Canto 2 he compared Belinda's eyes a radiant lighting sun. In some other places, Belinda is ironically compared with Queen Dido and Helen. Third one is like the funniest of all is the comparison between Belinda's gown or skirt with the mighty shield of epic heroes. Fifth one is that sacrifice. In all the mock epic or epic in this, it is also an epic tradition to sacrifice to the good gods before battle. So Baron prays to the gods and kindle a fire with trophies and the love letter of his former beloved, then heaviest passionate sighs 3 times to add fuel to the fire. In such a way, he sacrificed all his valuables in order to receive the lock of Belinda. So, in this and all the trophies of his former loves, with tender bills dogs, he light the fire and breathed 3 times amors to rise the fire. So, is this conclusion is that from back discussion, it's become a clear that Pope follows the epic convention of let bards very minutely, but for tribal theme to make the petty things more ridiculous, he employs the mock heroic form not to mock the epic form, but to show the tribally of mean thing by contrasting them with great things. This is the true mock heroic style, so it can be undoubtedly said that the poem The Rape of the Lock is a successful mock epic. Here is the references and then thank you so much.
Yeah, keep that last slide open, citation slide.
This
Yes.
okay. Sorry, sir. Yes.
So here you will see one quality journal being referred from Gestor. Yes, The Rape of the Lock by Stanley Edgar Heman. Yeah, Hudson
Yes.
Review. Okay, now see, when you want to cite this, you have to cite it alphabetically, and alphabetically means last name first. So that way, if you have to put all these things when if you want to score full marks in the citation point in your rubric. Okay, Britannica also is good, and Poetry Foundation for the original. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, you can stop sharing. And questions?
Yes, Riddhi.
Yes.
You not mentioned in your presentation that when did Alexander